diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Talk 1470 WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470 WNN with more of what you need to know. Don't miss Lisa Macy with the Justice Hour, Tuesdays at 1 and Saturdays at 3 on Health and Wealth Radio, AM 1470 WNN.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Talk 1470 WNN.
Attention Florida residents who are eligible for Medicare. The 2015 Medicare annual election period is now open. Call AdCobb Medical Coverages, your local agency for Florida Blue. We are happy to help you understand your Medicare Advantage options. There's no better time than now to find out what Florida Blue has to offer. Call AdCobb Medical Coverages at 1-877-ASK-ADAM from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, to speak with a licensed agent. That's 1-877-275-2326. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc., an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Golf and Travel Show, the place to fine-tune your swing, dress for the course, club, or cruise, and get tips on the best places to play and stay at the right price. Vacation or staycation, host Dan Schub, along with his expert co-hosts and guests, will tell you where to go. To play golf and vacation, that is. Now, here's Dan.
And welcome to the Golf and Travel Show. I'm your host, Dan Schub, and tonight, as we do every week at this time, we're going to talk some golf, we're going to talk some travel, we're going to have some fun. The guests that I planned for tonight, some issues came up. It wasn't a good week for guests, but we're going to make it up to you because I got some wonderful deals that we're going to talk about, some very unique vacation opportunities to do some things that you might not have imagined. We may have a segment where the kids may need to be tucked in because it's for adults only. So, we'll talk about that in a minute as well. And we have a special Thanksgiving giveaway that we're going to do. It's my, special thanks giveaway. We're going to call that. And, it's going to be a great package and easy to win. And, so somebody's going to take that home for the holidays and either for themselves or they might make for great stocking stuffers for your, regifting purposes. So that'll be pretty cool. But the first thing I suppose that we should do is, since I do have a guest that I can depend on, he's actually my co-host, he's not a guest, and he's always here. And he's that guy with that beautiful swing, and that would be none other than my co-host, Jess Frank. And Jess is a PGA teaching professional and the owner of the Jess Frank Golf Academy at Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club right here in beautiful Boca Raton. Jess specializes in on-course instruction with V1 video analysis. He believes every lesson in swing is different. Just likes to focus on the scoring part of your game, those short shots that are taught on the golf course, which instills plenty of confidence. if you may have seen him. He's worked at area country clubs such as St. Andrews, Boca Lago, and Broken Sound, but just really loves to teach. He's got a passion for the game because golf can be challenging, but just makes it easy for you to learn and excel. Is that right, Jess?
It's absolutely correct.
There's that. I just love that swing.
That is pretty. It is pretty. It's just a solid strike and right up in the air and hopefully near the hole or in the hole. We love that.
Well, the good news, the real good news for us is, and we're always bragging on being here in South Florida and having such wonderful weather, but this is the time of year where we can really brag.
Yes, we are definitely in paradise. There's no doubt about it.
I think I heard, I don't remember the other place, but I think we were amongst the top 2 best places for weather in the country.
Yeah, we're in the 11. I think we're in the top 11 best cities to live.
Well, that's in general. That's like year round.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just saying, like right now, they've got this nasty cold front that seems to be coming down from Canada.
Forget about it.
Snow in places
that vortex. Yeah, it's not words that I don't want to know.
Oh yeah, it's just raging all over this bad weather, and we're here, and what is it, like 82 degrees and not too humid with a little breeze. And
it's a
couple of puffy clouds, maybe, a little sun.
I mean, right now, next week they're calling for a cold front, which probably will bring us down to the 50s. But yeah, today.
At night.
Yeah, at night. Well, but today was just absolutely just stunningly gorgeous. It was definitely a Chamber of Commerce day, as they say.
And that's one reason why, even though we're a golf and travel show, we always like to remind everybody that we don't only try and send people from here away, because, sometimes you do need to get away, but we love to be here. But we are always encouraging our listeners who do listen elsewhere around the world on the internet or some of the other streaming feeds that we have, to come visit us in Florida. I mean, this is the Chamber of Commerce weather, the Department of Tourism weather, whatever that they brag about, and now is the time. So come on down. And we also, we'll talk about some of my deals later, but there are shoulder periods. I mean, it's obviously if you're going to come Christmas week, you're going to pay a little bit of money,
Sure.
but if, for instance, like right around now, in between the holidays, before Thanksgiving, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there are deals to be had, and you can be enjoying this wonderful weather too.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's plenty, and what's wonderful about this area is that you can have staycations down in this area as well. So, we have so many nice hotels and resorts that you could, just hang out if you want to go away for 2 or 3 days and just unwind a little bit. I mean,
right. And we were talking about that earlier too, both about some of the wonderful things that go on down here for the residents or for the vacationers. Like last week we were talking about Art Basel, and we're going to talk some more in the future weeks about that. There's a lot of things with the art scene. There's the food and wine festival that's coming up. The Palm Beach Film Festival is happening soon. There's just so much stuff going on, especially in season. That it's just incredible. And again, these little weekend getaways, like for me, for instance, I live, a good hour and a half, 2 hours from Miami. So if I'm going to take part in one of these festivals, I need to get a room.
Yeah, you got to get a hotel room
and stay down there. But it's good because it's a whole different world down there, and I may as well be a million miles away from home. It's still a relatively easy drive. And one of my deals, at least one of my deals that we'll talk about later, is for just an incredible property that's down in Miami. So we'll hook you up with some ideas.
Yeah, there's definitely going from Palm City to South Beach is definitely a different world.
But I love it.
Yeah, it's a word. I mean, hey, you know what? That's if it's in driving distance. I mean, why not? I mean, that's.
Remember, I spent most of my life in New York, so I'm used to the big cities. So I like being up in Palm City. It's a little bit quiet, but it's nice to know an hour and a half, 2 hours away, you've got South Beach.
Oh yeah, that's what's great about this area is everything is within driving distance, and you get so many different flavors down here. It's
and you
just
don't
amazing.
need to put the chains on the tires.
No chains. Oh my God. Oh, from my Chicago days, your New York days, no way.
I remember chains. I remember like studded tires and snow tires. You had to change your tires each season.
Salt on the road.
Carrying sandbags in the trunks. And
horrible. With things that I just want to eliminate from my memory, which I did until you just brought them up.
But the good news is now you can focus on your swing and helping other people swing instead of worrying about all that other stuff.
Exactly. And that's what I like to do on a daily basis, Dan. I like to help people focus on their golf swings.
And sometimes your head gets just so full of ideas and tips that you just have to give one away. Right?
Yeah, you know what? And I do. And it's so funny you say that about how your head gets full of ideas and tips, because a lot of people that I teach, I ask them what they're thinking, and it's very interesting.
It's pretty scary, probably, to find out.
I should do a case study on that because
white paper.
Yeah, white paper, absolutely. Because what people tell me they're thinking before their swing, it's just not golf.
Like their ex-wife.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of issues going on through people's heads while they're swinging. What they're trying.
I've heard of golf psychiatrists or psychologists. Right. I thought that they help people with their golf game, but they probably have to help them with their entire life.
Oh yeah. That's what it comes down to. Because golf is pretty much a reflection of your life in a way. So it's pretty interesting. But it's one of those games where from the top of your backswing down to the ball, it happens in a clap of a hand. So I mean, it happens very quickly. So there's not.
But your mind works pretty quick too.
Your mind works quick, but you have to quiet your mind. You have to understand. You have to eliminate all those different things that you're trying to do. In fact, that one of the things that I always ask people is, where are you trying to swing? What are you trying to do with your golf club and your body?
Do you have any idea what you're trying to do?
Any idea? And in fact, it was funny. I was teaching one of my students today, and they said that I said, "What are you thinking about?" And they're like, "I don't know." It's like 20 different things. I go, "Whoa!" I go, where does all this come from? And they were like, "Well, I was watching the Golf Channel, and I was thinking of this and thinking of that." And I said, "Look," I said, "golf swing happens in a clap of a hand. I mean, you have to have one thought maybe." And just let it go. And, I said, you have a good swing, and just, because what was happening is all the shots were topped. And so I said, what are you trying to do? And, they're like, well, I'm just trying to keep my head down. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my head down. I'm trying to swing out to the right. I go, whoa. I said, well, when did we ever discuss that? And they're like, oh, we really haven't. I said, well, exactly.
So they're not being loyal to their instructor. They've been dabbling on the Golf Channel, and now it's making a whole mess of things.
Exactly. I said, let's go back to what we worked on. And sure enough, they went out and played afterwards. A couple of, I did a group lesson, and 3 of them went out and played and came in, and they's like, we played great. I said, well, what were you thinking about it there? And they said, well, just what you told me. And I said, okay, well then there you go. So don't
proof positive.
Yeah, I said, just keep doing that. I said, don't think about anything else. Just keep doing what works. And if you eliminate all the extra thoughts and trying to do certain things, people try to swing down the line. Well, when you try to swing down the line, your body tilts backwards and you swing up on the ball. And so there's a lot of different things or you try to keep your head down so your body doesn't move, and so you hit behind the ball. And it's just, there's one after
another. My head down is after I hit the shot. I put my head down in shame.
Right. But it's, since the golf swing happens so quickly, there's, you can't have a lot of thoughts.
Especially not on the golf course.
If there are any thoughts that you have, it has to be after the ball. It can't be while you're swinging at the ball. And so if
it's like a parting thought.
Yeah. It's got to be, through something you're doing. So I always tell people, I said, there's 2 lines that you can swing on. There's the target line where the ball sits on, and your body line. And I said, and that's where you're standing. And I said, this is where you want to swing. You want to swing on your body line. You don't want to swing down the target line, because when you swing down the target line, all bad things happen. So, you want to feel like the club swings back around you, because since you're to the side of the golf ball, your club's going to swing back around, on your body line, not down the target line. And sure enough, when they start doing that, their club head speed increases, their ball striking increases. The only guy who successfully,
I think, did down the target line was Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
it's like a slap shot you can do, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, once you hit the ball, the club or the hockey stick comes back around.
You just ruined the whole movie for me now.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I always ask people is, what are you thinking, and what are you trying to do? And so when we get to the root cause, I said, well, some people think they're coming over the top, so they hear that all the time on TV. I'm coming over the top. And so I put them on video. I said, not so much. You're not coming over the top. They're really? So I'm really trying to overdo swinging out. And I said, yeah, you're overdoing it. So, just go back to feeling like you're swinging back around on your body line. And sure enough, they start to hit the ball better. So it becomes a little bit more simple, and it also becomes, teaching golf by simplification, or just minimalist. You know, I like to call myself a minimalist golf instructor, and so the less, the better, and that's what happens.
Well, and what I really appreciate is when I'm playing on Saturday morning, getting your tip on Friday night so I can remember it myself and put it to the test. So I'm playing tomorrow morning, so we'll see.
Look out.
Simplicity, that's all. Simple, very little, no thinking.
No thinking.
No thinking.
No, pick out a target and just go.
That's what I'm going to do, and I'll report back to you and let you know.
Sounds good.
So what we're going to do is take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the Golf and Travel Show in just a minute. Stay tuned. And we are back, and it's time for a message from your favorite sponsor. Not that I don't like them, but we both like them.
We both like them,
Why don't you let everybody know?
It's the home of the Just Frank Golf Academy, and where I spend most every day of my life teaching golf, which is it's a wonderful facility with a really, really beautiful practice range, putting green, and just good people, and that's what it's all about. And Boca Dunes Country Club is Boca Raton's premier golf and special event experience, featuring 18 holes of championship golf and amenities perfect for your next event. Boca Dunes is quite simply the perfect choice. You will always find a friendly face and a commitment to service unlike any other club in the area. Whether you are looking to tee it up on our challenging links or planning an unforgettable occasion, your time spent at Boca Dunes will be memorable. And Boca Dunes offers full-service catering. Take a look at the wedding packages and create your own dream wedding. Trained catering and event professionals will help you with a menu your guests will love. We have the experience and facility to accommodate 25 to over 200 guests. Cocktails can be served on our covered veranda while your guests enjoy the view of our beautiful championship golf course. Your event will be beautifully set in one of our 4 banquet rooms. Whether it's a wedding, bar, bat mitzvah, social event, or any celebration, we think of every detail so you don't have to. For a private tour and consultation, please contact our events department. And for a tee time, if you want to book one this weekend, please call 561-451-1600 and speak to Tammy, or book your tee times on bocadunes.com. That's bocadunes.com.
And we are back, and I sometimes wear my sunglasses at night. We were going to be talking sunglasses this week, so
we're pretty cool.
I know. We'll get that. That was going to be our friends at Tifosi, and I've been wearing their sunglasses for years. They make a great product not only for golf but for fishing and for biking, and
yes, they do.
Reasonably priced, and I wanted to get them on. We were going to have their CEO on, but he's traveling. They were at a trade show up in Orlando, and they're in the air right now, so they couldn't make it. So we'll have them on hopefully
next time.
Yeah, hopefully before Christmas, because it's a great price point for Christmas giving.
Oh my gosh, it's so affordable, and at Edwin Watts we sell them all the time. Oh yeah, it's a great brand.
The most expensive pair is like $69 or so, and they start at about $49, and they're every bit as good as some of the ones that are $100 or $200.
Absolutely,
or so.
That's what I wear out teaching, and they're really lightweight, comfortable, and they protect you from the UV rays.
And they look pretty good too.
Yeah, they do.
So we'll have them on another time. But what I did want, we got a lot more golf stuff to talk about today, and I did want to talk a little bit about the Thanks giveaway.
Oh, I like it.
Thanks giveaway. So what I decided is that when it comes to golf and when it comes to travel, we're all thankful for something, right?
Sure.
I hope a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And what I wanted to find out from everybody is what that relates to golf or travel that you are most thankful for.
Yes.
And so what we're talking about here is maybe the opportunity that when you were a little kid, you played golf with your parent or grandparent, or maybe you're doing the reverse now, teaching a grandchild or child to play. So maybe that's very special. Or maybe taking a kid like that on a vacation. I've spoken about my aunt who took me when I was a little kid on several trips, and it was a real special bonding kind of a moment.
Absolutely.
So just in a sentence or two, if you could go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Golf and Travel Show, and just post a comment on it. You could either find the entry that I made or just post a comment anywhere. I'll know what you're talking about. And we're going to pick the one that we think is the best one. That's all. One that we thought was really cool.
For sure.
And what you're going to win is a package of stuff that's worth about $100.
Nice.
And it includes some things such as a book on golf etiquette by a fellow by the name of Yves Tontat. If I'm saying it right.
Perfect.
He was going to come on the show and talk about it, but he's in Switzerland. That's where he lives, and it's just a long phone call, I guess, or it's the middle of the night, maybe.
That's an important book.
It is an important book, and so it's golf etiquette, quick reference, and obviously it's important that people know, especially beginners. So that's going to be in the package. It's quite a nice book. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we did have a guest on the show by the name of Michael McTeague, and he's quite a well-known instructor out on the left coast and working with a lot of the stars out there in Hollywood. And he sent us for this package 2 of his books, The Keys to the Effortless Golf Swing, subtitle Curing Your Hit Impulse in 7 Simple Lessons, as well as Bulletproof Putting in 5 Easy Lessons. Boy, does he simplify things.
Yeah, right. Make it easy.
I'm telling you.
Didn't we just say simplification?
There you go. It seems to be the theme.
That's absolutely right.
So this is where this package is starting with these wonderful books. But then I thought that, once you're done reading your books, you need to go out there and play a little bit. So I'm going to go into that vast golf warehouse in my home where I have all these samples that companies send me to try out from my testing lab, and occasionally I have some that are brand new that I haven't had a chance to even try.
Nice.
And I'm going to make sure that we throw in some golf balls and hat and towel and some tees.
Perfect.
Just make it a full package, so it'll be about $100 worth of stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? Since we're talking about that, I might as well, throw in a little half-hour swing evaluation as well from the Just Frank Golf Academy. And that
so
way
a little gift certificate for a swing evaluation.
That'd be a nice, so bump up the value a little bit, all-inclusive. That way you're covered at all ends.
A turnkey package.
So definitely go to the Facebook page and post your comments.
That's just facebook.com/The Golf and Travel Show, and we will pick a winner right after Thanksgiving. And like I say, you could keep this for yourself, or you could break up the package and give it to other people. Nice little stocking stuffers for friends of yours that you can't figure out what to get. We don't care. Whatever you want. It's your choice. So that's what we got going on, and we'll keep reminding you for the next week or two about it, and hopefully we'll get some really cool entries. And even if you don't win, I think the positive message is really what we want to share. Around the holidays, there's good stuff to share. We have a lot to be thankful for.
We do. Grateful and thankful, and we're extraordinarily lucky to have what we have down here.
We do.
And families and friends and just good.
And if you're not down here and we have it down here, come down and share with us.
Come down. Why not?
We'll share. That's
talk.
the way we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Now, another guy that we spoke to not long ago was our friend from over at PNC Bank.
Yes.
And they are the sponsors of the Father-Son Challenge. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because they've rounded out the field. This is an event that I have been covering virtually since its inception.
Right.
Started out up in the Vero Beach area.
Nice.
And it's an event that the players love to play.
Sure.
Especially some of the older ones that have kids that are old enough to play with them.
Right.
And players that have been on the road for way too many years and maybe have missed some of the time that their children were growing up and they didn't have a chance to spend as much quality time as they wanted to.
Right.
They reach a point in their careers where they come to the conclusion that if they can get paid to play golf and spend time with their sons or daughters.
There you go.
Why not?
It's a win-win.
It is. So they've rounded out the field, and it's coming up in a couple of weeks. But rather than waiting to tell you about it right when it happens, this is another opportunity to get tickets for the holidays, perhaps. I mean, obviously, you'd have to give it early because it's before Christmas, but there's nothing wrong with an early gift, right?
No, nothing.
So I want to let everybody know it's It's taking place the week of December 11th to the 14th at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club in Orlando, the Grand Lakes golf course. It's absolutely beautiful golf course. I believe it's a Greg Norman design. And the hotel, the whole complex, it's not only a Ritz-Carlton up there, but there's also a JW Marriott up there in the shadows of Disney. So it's a great place to go for the whole family, whether you're watching the golf the whole time or doing other stuff. But the headliners are going to be my neighbor up by my office, which is Jack Nicklaus. I've mentioned every once in a while my boss likes to play tennis at his house all the time, it seems, but which is a whole other story. It's kind of funny. But in any event, Jack hardly ever plays golf anymore. He only plays about 2-3 events a year. He may do a grand opening of one of his golf courses he designs, and I don't even know if he plays the whole course. He may hit the first shot or, whatever. He really doesn't like to play golf that much because his game in his mind isn't where he would like it to be.
Of course.
I mean, he's still a legend and he'll still play pretty well. But this is one of the events that he does like to play in, so he's going to play with his son Jack, the second, Jack Jr., who heads up his design company actually for him. And Jack had played, I believe, briefly on the tour as well. So I mean, he's got some game too.
Oh yeah.
So so they're the headliners, but don't by any means think that that's where the field starts and ends, because they've got an incredible field lined up. I'll mention some of the names of the teams. We've got the Sinks, the Elkingtons.
Wow.
The Faldos, the Floyds, the Irwins, the Jansons, the Longers, the Lehmans, the Loves, the Lyles, the Millers, the Nelsons, the Nicklases, the O'Mearas, the Prices, the Stocktons, the Stranges, the Sings, the Trevinos, and the Watkins.
That's a heck of a field right there.
That is
some major champions right there.
That is some pretty amazing names.
Absolutely. And Bernhard Langer is, and I've had a chance to meet both Bernhard and Christina, and they are just the nicest people in the world.
Of course, he lives in Boca, doesn't he?
Boca,
Yep.
Definitely.
I mean, he's still on fire on the Champions Tour.
He's
almost impossible to beat.
He's 57 years old, and he is winning everything. And he's
some people have argued that he might still have the game to compete at a very high level on the regular tour.
Well, I saw him 2 years ago at Augusta, and he was hitting the ball just as well as anybody.
I mean, he was close to the top at one
point,
wasn't
he? He's unbelievable. The guy's in amazing shape.
He's a machine.
He's a machine. He really is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a German machine. It's just truly amazing how good he is.
And I've been talking recently about Hale Irwin. Hale Irwin has been shooting his age every other week lately. He's like 69 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, at 69, you're shooting 69 all the time.
These guys are in great shape, and they just hit the ball so well. And now, with all the new equipment, they hit the ball just as far as they did, 20 years ago. So it's crazy, but it's fun to watch.
Well, in any event, it's going to be covered on NBC, so if you can't get up there, you can watch it on NBC. But like I say, if you're in Florida, if you're in the Orlando area, or if you're looking for a quick vacation and have some really cool golf as well as everything else that Orlando has to offer, like I say, it's December 11th to the 14th, the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club in Orlando. And let me see if I can find a website. There's one here somewhere. GrandLakes.com will give you the resort, actually. So if you're looking to like book a room or something, or
I'm sure if you just Google PNC Father-Son Challenge,
I think that is the website for the event itself, so you can find out more about the event. All right, briefly, let's keep it on golf, okay? And let's talk about this other resort quickly, even though now we're getting into golf and travel. Let's do a little golf.
I know. This is where you put the kids to bed.
I know, put the kids to bed. This is the adult-oriented theme we have going on here.
Yeah.
There's a golf course. It's a resort on the west coast of France. It's called La Jenny.
Okay.
There
you go.
And it's pretty cool. It's been around since 1993. It only has 6 holes on this golf course, which I guess it's okay. I mean, we play 9-hole golf courses.
6 holes is good.
If you can get them, right?
Yeah.
But, so you play 3 times if you want to play 18, I suppose. But they have some, unusual rules. I mean, they have 4 par 3s, 2 par 4s. The 7th hole is the turn, I guess, for this golf course, or their equivalent of the 19th hole, so you can get a few drinks or whatever. But some of the rules that they have are just a little bit different. For instance, on the golf course and at the entire resort, nudity is mandatory.
I think that would grow the game here.
In some way, shape, or form. And of course, giving lessons, it would take that to a whole new meaning as well, I think.
I'd have to
I don't
be
know.
very particular with my golf lessons.
And
if that
very
was the
particular
case.
about your description of what you're asking them to do with what
Yes,
pieces of equipment,
yes,
whether it's
exactly.
their... Well, I'm not even going to say...
Shaft,
God only
club
knows.
face,
God knows where that can go.
Exactly.
There are no sex toys allowed in public, or any overt sexual conduct is strictly forbidden, thank goodness. So they do have some real rules there, and they keep it on the up and up.
Yeah.
No open fires, barbecues must be used, no throwing cigarette butts or bottles. So some of the rules are similar to other golf courses, I suppose.
Etiquette.
But they want you to, you do have to shower before you enter the pool, though, even though they like you to save water.
Yeah.
But in any event, we were trying to figure out, do you wear golf shoes or not, and we were looking at something. We actually have pictures of this golf course, and my wife must really love me when she found this laying around the house. She thinks I'm just the worst. But some of the people I see here on the driving range are shoeless. Some of the people on the golf course do have golf shoes on, so I guess they do